Hey there, I promised I would show you a video of how to tear a deckled edge on watercolor paper. This is 140-pound cold press. It has a rough finish to it, so that's how you know it's cold pressed. Hot pressed has smooth, as if you'd taken an iron to it, and that's how I remember it. What I'm going to do, I've got 3 edges already on this that's been torn, and then I have 1 hard edge, so I'll show you how to deal with that later. I'm going to use this to cut into 3 1/4 inch pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure 3 1/4 inches down from the top. I'm going to put 1 mark on each edge because I'm going to use that as my guide when I'm folding at the first step. And so I've got 3 1/4 at both sides. Then I'm going to mark 3 1/4 a couple of places in the middle, just so that I know I am on track. So the first hint I have for you is to take your paper, and I'm going to be folding it up this way. I want my marks on the bottom side, so when I fold it up, I'll be able to see them. But I'm going to coax the paper by using the fleshy part on the heel of my hand to kind of give it a little tilt so that it curls up just a little bit, focusing on about where those marks are. So see, it's kind of folded up, so that makes it not crease so harshly when you fold it up. So I'm going to start on this edge. My mark is right here, so I'm going to fold that right on that mark, but I'm going to be careful to line up this edge here. And then I'm going to just press down a little bit on that corner, and I'm going to repeat on the other side, folding it down to my mark, lining up the outside edge, and pressing down. Now that I've got my 2 edges pressed in, I'm going to gently fold in the middle using both hands. And as you can see, I'm going to see that my mark is here and here, so that means I'm on track. And I'm just going to push it down and give it a little crease all the way across. Then I'm going to reverse fold that, so I'll turn it over. And I don't have to be so careful this way because it's already got a crease there, so it kind of knows where to fold. I'll do that 2 or 3 times on each side, pressing down. Then I'm going to take clean water and a brush, and I will give this fold a little bit of drink of water. This helps it to tear because this is cotton, and so when it gets wet, the fibers are going to loosen up a little bit, and so when I tear it, they'll pull apart rather than tear a really straight edge. Also, when I tear, I'm going to make sure that I pull the paper away from each other as opposed to rolling it up or rolling it under. So I'll just start it like this, holding my thumbs, and pull out just a little bit. Then I'm going to hold down, you want to hold down the larger piece if you're tearing a piece that's bigger on one side than the other. Hold down the larger side, and then as you can see, I'm just going to pull out like that. Okay, so there's my first. Now I've got 4 nicely deckled edges. Oh, sorry, I've got 3 deckled edges, and I've still got this hard edge here. Because I'm going to tear this into multiple pieces, I'm going to do 3 1/4 inch. It's really difficult to tear a deckled edge like that under, say, 1 inch. So I'm going to start it on my hard edge, and I'm going to repeat that process. I'm going to mark in 1 inch on each edge. Since this is so narrow, I don't need to do anything extra marks in the middle. But again, I'm going to give it a little coax with the heel of my hand. And fold on my mark. Press down, line up the outside edge. Again, go to the other side. Press down, line up the outside edge, and then press in the center. Repeating making my crease on both sides. because this is a more narrow piece, it's not, I don't have to turn it over and back like I did on the other one. Wet my folded edge on both sides. And get it started, pulling apart. Again, holding down the bigger piece and pulling apart. And then now that I've got all 4 edges, I can just continue and make my 3 1/4 inch squares, tearing down the page. I hope this helps.